Hello, everyone, and welcome to Too Boldly Go, Drinking, a product of the Wednesday Night Gentleman. This is a show dedicated to talking about and reviewing the latest new Star Trek episodes as they come out. Today, we will be talking about Star Trek Discovery, Project Daedalus. As a warning, the show is full of spoilers, so if you don't want them, go ahead and leave. I'm your host, Tactic Angel. With me is Midget Radio, my murderous socialist friend.
Hello.
Hello, Midget Radio. How are you today?
I am great. How are you doing today, Tactic Angel?
I'm pretty okay.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Yep. As the title might imply, we're talking about Star Trek. We're doing it while drinking. I have a new thing for me.
Ooh.
It is the Crown Royal Texas Mesquite whiskey, I guess.
That sounds tasty.
I don't know.
I like mesquite. I like Texas.
Texas.
Put those things together and then add whiskey to it. That all sounds good.
I'm going to have to get back to you on this. Honestly, it tastes a little bit like barbecue sauce. There is something in this.
Huh.
It tastes just a little bit like barbecue sauce.
That must be the mesquite, I guess.
It's not bad.
That's weird. All right.
I saw this and I'm like, okay, Canadians making a Texas whiskey. That sounds like an abomination. I just simply have to try it. I actually usually like Crown Royal, so, not. We'll let you know how it goes throughout the episode.
Okay. Interesting. I'm drinking beer again. I don't know why. I've been on like a beer kick. I think it's because the weather's nice out here. Like it's like 80 something degrees. It just feels like cold beer weather. But I'm drinking the Kilt Lifter. I got a bottle of the Kilt Lifter and a bottle of the Shiner Bock with me.
Ah, most excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Shiner Bock.
Good tasty stuff.
Okay, so we're talking about Project Daedalus. Project Daedalus is something that is mentioned in the last few moments of this show. I told you there would be spoilers. We don't learn much about that, what in the world that might be in this episode, but that gives us even more to look forward to in the future. Instead, what we have is Admiral Cornwall coming to the Discovery. She's concerned that Section 31 might be up to something. I
wonder what tipped her off.
They've been feeding Control their information, but neither Agent 99 or 86 will return her calls anymore. Did you think of that same thing, by the way?
No, I thought about Dread, actually.
So Control is the Get Smart agency that opposes chaos.
That's right.
So anyway, and they talk about it exactly the same way. After a wrist slap for Pike for suggesting one of the things that she might be thinking, Admiral Cornwall suggests that they go to the Section 31 forward base. We are also introduced to a character named Arium in the hopes that we might care about her by the time they kill her off at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So this was an episode of Star Trek Discovery, and it wasn't. I mean, you tell me.
Okay.
Is this the worst episode of Star Trek Discovery?
Probably not the worst episode of Star Trek Discovery, no.
Is this mind-rendingly random, insane, the ravings of a lunatic?
I don't know that I would go that far.
I had so many questions.
Yeah.
So we can go through those.
Okay.
How do you like the developments we see with Spock, particularly about Spock enjoying being a loser and being angry all the time?
I hate them, Tactic Angel.
That's strange. I hate them also.
Yeah, this was a real step backward. Surprise.
So Burnham and Spock get together and
just kill me.
They're like, how do we solve the Red Angel stuff? And it's like, I don't know. I don't really give a shit. And then she's like, let's play chess. That's how we're going to solve it.
Yeah, because Spock is like having trouble with his logic or whatever. And so she's like, we should play chess. Stupid people understand that is a symbol of logic.
Is it?
Well, stupid people understand it to be one. So
is Is chess
Yeah.
logic or strategy?
It's just logic,
Okay,
right? If this, then that.
I guess.
Your premise is pawn, and so you deduce from that.
Forward.
Oh, I move one space forward.
So, logic is a tool that we use to navigate through an uncertain world.
Sure, why not?
And I heard that and I was like, I don't really agree. I guess it's not wrong, but
No.
it's also not very good.
No.
That's not good.
It's very simple. Like the whole show is just like really simple. Of course, let's do chess, and that will bring you back to your logic roots. And then when we're trying to use like tactical planning to evade mines or whatever, you have to be more random and not logical.
Yes.
God, this show's so stupid.
Yes. That was a wonderful scene. A wonderful scene.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay on Spock.
Spock Burnham.
Well,
all right.
that scene goes on for just a little bit, and it ends with Spock slapping the chessboard and storming out of the room.
Yeah.
Which I actually.
Well, Burnham leaves because she's so scared. I think he just stays there in full bitch mode. But she I think runs away. Oh, because Pike calls her to the bridge.
Yeah.
And she's like crying.
No, she's trying not to. She's so strong.
That's
she's so brave.
Such a strong, brave character.
She bore all of the mean words and lived to tell about it.
Was there any part, like, even though, like, as he was talking to, like, it was an obnoxious fucking argument between the two of them, but I still kept feeling like the stuff he was saying to her, I was like, I mean, that's pretty accurate. She does, like, take on every single thing. Take full responsibility for every single thing. And it is the thing that I think makes her such a fucking narcissist. She's the center of every problem.
It is, and I really thought that some of the burns were pretty sick.
Yeah.
But it just seems so petty, particularly when you have Spock sitting down to play a game.
Yeah.
And intentionally losing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to play. It's like, oh God.
Yeah.
Let's have Spock act like a petty sibling.
I know. See, I thought like at the beginning I was like, God, maybe they'll go in an interesting direction with this. Like maybe maybe it's not that he's intentionally losing, you know, he's just exploring alternative strategies or something like that. Like I like make it interesting in a sort of impartial perspective that Spock is just trying something new. But that's not what it was. He was just pouting, and she was calling him out on his pouting, and so he burned her for it, and then she cried. And
yeah.
And it's stupid. I mean, it really is like it's two 6-year-old kids basically, and I mean they're just it's an awful fucking relationship. I don't want to see it anymore. I liked what we saw in the last episode, and now it's crap.
It's getting worse.
Yeah.
But Spock's got all sorts of problems. You know, he's got the Vulcan ADD.
Yeah.
Or dyslexia or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And he's got a bad attitude. He's super angry.
Yeah, very angry.
He's rebellious and all the good stuff.
God, and it's so like it's so I don't even really understand why. Like, because he's like, right, I like you kind of get it. If you're like, oh, okay, he's been hallucinating this red angel, and then he finds out it's not a hallucination. Okay, then get over it. Like, all right. But
I would think that would be a relief,
right? Yeah. That you would assume that, but now he's like, well, I'm bitchy and whiny because I don't know why the red angel chose me. You're like, what? What are you gonna
do about it though? Like what? This is one of the things. It's like eventually you get, at least I think, smart enough to realize there are certain questions that aren't worth asking yourself because there's simply no way that you can answer them.
Yeah.
So why is Spock, this incredibly intelligent person, spending all this time trying to rationalize something that he has absolutely no capacity to come to grips with?
Yeah.
The only thing you can do is you get some sort of bad news. You deal with it. You have to move on because it's your life.
Yeah.
And he's not doing that. And this isn't like somebody told him he has glioblastoma. It's just there's a person who keeps calling me. I don't know why they're calling me.
Mm-hmm.
I want to sell you some AARP cards or something.
Yeah.
Just
It reminds me of like all those stories from the Bible when like God chooses a prophet and the prophet's like, no, I don't like it. And then nothing happens. Just whine the whole time. It's really compelling shit. Probably why that religion has lasted so long. But God, yeah, it sucks. It's a stupid conflict for him, for a character like Spock to just be all consumed by. And then then he has like some conversation with Stamets.
Yeah. Who do you think psychoanalyzed the other one better?
Oh God. Wasn't Stamets' conclusion right? Because he's like, what makes you unique? And Spock's like, well, I don't know, I'm part human, whatever. And
but
it's
there are several parts,
right?
Things.
But like, is that it? Like, is that really? Like, is that the conclusion he had? Like, oh, maybe it's because I'm part human.
I think the final conclusion was you were the only person who was in a capacity of any sort who's both logical and emotional, who could have saved Michael Burnham's life.
Oh God. Well, that's much worse.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I have no idea. That's much worse. God, this show fucking sucks. God, it fucking sucks. And yeah, and then Spock's weird like retort. I didn't even understand where that was coming from. I saw your old boyfriend walking out of your room, and from that I deduced the following.
Maybe the problem is that he does still love you, but he doesn't understand why.
What are you talking about? That came out. This just continues this show's penchant for completely fucking random psychoanalysis of other characters. Like, Ash Tyler knows everything that Pike's thinking. Spock just met Stamets, knows all about that relationship. Sure. Uh-huh. That makes a ton of fucking sense.
That scene was probably the most painful. Those two scenes really are the most painful in this.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of time trying to learn a new character.
Yeah.
How do you feel that the show developed Ariam? Did they develop her enough that you cared by the end of the episode?
No.
When
I don't think that usually
shot out an airlock.
I feel like a lot of times that doesn't work out anyway. You know? I feel like usually when it's such a trope, it's such a fucking cliche for a show to spend a bunch of time with the character it's about to kill off.
Well,
but it's not interesting. I mean, it's like I think the best thing I could say is they laid like a decent enough foundation, I guess. Like, oh yeah, okay, she's augmented human. She had a husband and they got in a car accident or something. And she got built back up via robot. I guess he's dead. And then she hung out with the crew. Couple times. Like, okay, I mean, yeah, all right, that's a backstory, and now she's dead, so fuck it.
So like, and I was thinking about this in the aftermath because of course it is a trope, and you go back to episodes that actually did it successfly, and why does it do it successfully? We've talked about this before, right?
Sure, Lower Decks, yeah.
We have Saito Jaxa or whatever her name is.
I don't remember. Yeah,
and she's a Bajoran and whatever. And the reason why we care about these characters actually isn't that we think that they're all that uniquely interesting, right?
No.
So the thing is, what they're doing is actually mirroring characters that we have been following.
Yeah.
So they sit down, they play their, game of cards, the same that we've seen the other characters that we care about. So in a way, what we're doing as the audience is projecting their possibility from the characters that we know back onto these characters that we don't know.
Yeah.
So the characters that we don't know actually start to embody the characters that we know. And then we kill off this character we don't know.
Yeah.
But it carries at least some of the emotional weight of, well, what if they had killed off Troy? Now, for some of us, that would have been, dancing in the streets sort of territory. For others...
I like Troy. Yeah, I mean, no, I think you're right. I think the other advantage that episode had is that
writing and a
well,
cast.
yeah, writing. I mean, yeah, of course, writing and the cast, but like those, it was like 4 characters. They were developed. They were each given time like in concert. You know, we got to kind of get to know them all together, and we got to follow their sort of individual storylines, and that's what kind of made it a little bit more interesting to me as well. And we got to see the kind of relationships that they had with the crew members that we do know.
Yeah,
like that one dude's like super intimidated and kind of hates Riker a little bit because he's intimidated by him.
and he's so Riker.
Yeah, I really like that. And then the doctor's relationship, I guess, with Crusher was cool. Like we got to see them kind of interact, and we got to see kind of the mentor mentee relationships as well. So they
Ogawa?
were just
She was
better.
on actually several episodes.
That's right. Yeah, she has, because she was pregnant, right? And
no, that's Miles's.
No, I know that's Keiko, but I thought she was, or maybe she was just, I don't remember.
She hangs around.
Marry somebody? Yeah, she was. But yeah, and then it was the Cardassian ship, right? She was gonna be on a Cardassian shuttle. Was that it?
Well, I don't know.
In Lower Decks, I don't remember how she died. But that storyline was almost ancillary to the plot, you know, which was kind of, it was just one aspect of what was going on. It wasn't like the sole focus. They didn't build her up just to kill her like they built up Arium in this episode just to fucking kill her.
Yeah, but and also what you were saying is we do spend time with them. You know, they have their game of poker. They meet in 10 forward. You know, they're on duty. They run into each other. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it isn't like these weird 5-second snapshots of like, oh, we met in the cafeteria, and this one time Burnham turned to me and smiled, and I was, save that.
God.
So like,
yeah, it's stupid. Somebody's fucking home movies. Great.
Yeah.
It's a real
I love how all of this is in first person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me put it another way. If they had managed to actually sprinkle in scenes of this, like, I think this character had the potential to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
And if they had actually sprinkled her into more stories, like, she has been in a couple of them, but for the most part, it's like, Arium, what's going on? It's like, I've analyzed the file.
Robot voice. And that's...
You're like, thanks.
Yeah.
There are no viruses here.
Good job, Arium.
I have a virus, though.
Now shut up, because Michael Burnham is talking.
Yes, or Tilly.
Or Tilly.
There's another female character that needs affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, I didn't think that worked really, really well. And then when the sad cello music came on at the end,
yeah.
Did you cry?
No.
Did you laugh?
I didn't do that either.
Tactic Angel might have laughed.
Well, God, the thing that, like, so right, Arium goes crazy and she's like beating everybody up. What the fuck, too? With the security officer? Like, why? God, I hate this show. Can the security officer be the one to fight the renegade robot?
No.
And
well,
not
she did.
the science officer? Like,
so the weird thing
God.
is, the weird thing is, and you can tell me if you were thinking the same thing, particularly when the sad cello started. But so Miriam fights Nin. I don't know what her name is.
The security chick, the one with the dental headgear, and she has the.
So she fights Arium first.
Yeah.
And she loses because she rips the cybernetic implant out of her face.
Yeah.
And then we see her struggle to breathe, and then we see her collapse.
Yeah.
Then Burnham fights Arium, and of course she wins.
Of course she does.
And then they get into this really, really long conversation about, oh, we need to shoot her out the airlock. It's like, no, I can save her. Can you hack her? No, that would be really, really hard. And then, and I'm sitting there thinking, this bitch just tried to kill one of your crewmates. They're somewhere laying around here.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about helping them?
No.
No, we have to save the murderer.
Yeah.
It's like everybody was really worried about Lee Harvey Oswald. Screw Kennedy.
He'll be fine. He'll get back
up. What? I mean, were you thinking about the same thing when this was happening?
Yeah. Because I mean, I either that or it's like I guess did they just assume she's dead? They just assume she died right away. And I ripped the thing out. She's dead. Can't do anything.
Well, I assumed she was dead. She clearly struggles, and then she does, like the standard death plot sort of thing. You're like, she's
maybe that's
dead.
it. And it was like, I can't help her. She's dead. I don't know.
But what a fascinating character. We learned that she's a Barzan.
Yeah.
And that should make you care because Barzans were in
I remember that from
pretty good episode of TNG.
Yeah, I remember that from the 90s or whatever.
I don't think it was in the 90s, buddy.
Was it 80? Well, that show started in like 87, right?
Yeah.
87.
What a wonderful, wonderful episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah. God, all of that was stupid. I hated that fucking. So we can't hack her. So why don't we just do a really basic emotional appeal? My name's Tilly. We have so many good memories. Does the hacking not work? Like I don't. What
so
the
they
fuck?
So she said I can't hack her, but you can forcibly watch her. Make her watch videos. It's like
what the fuck are you talking? It's so stupid. God,
isn't that the same thing?
Yeah,
as hacking.
I think you really like me. That's why you shouldn't kill people. Tilly, it's me. I can't help myself. It's so dumb. God damn it, Jesus! It's so fucking emotional and whiny and. Just tired. It's just tired emotional appeal to a fucking robot. That's what wins the day.
It's way too overdone.
It's really, really over the top, especially considering the fact that we just got to know this character just now. I forgot that really amazing relationship that they've developed over the course of a season and a half that we have seen.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain 90% of that character's lines are found in this one.
I'm sure
episode.
I'm sure that's true. Yeah, so it's just cheap. It's just cheap. It's what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And you just ramp up the fucking melodrama as high as it will go. You gotta airlock that bitch. No, my name's Michael Burnham. If I just cry and put on a determined face and shoot at it eventually, it'll all work out.
Yeah.
God, and then I'm sure next episode we're gonna have to deal with her not being able to save Arium and how much
I think the character's name's Nan. I think I figured it out.
Oh, okay.
I think it is Nan. Anyway, we're gonna try not to complain about Burnham for a moment.
Okay.
Because we're getting to that point. We're getting there, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the whole other plot, which is showing up there to have the fist fight.
Yeah.
So the first thing we see in this storyline is Cornwall comes onto the ship. Pike's like, maybe you're thinking this. And she's like, damn it, Pike, you don't have a fucking clue what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You're like, this.
That was weirdly defensive, but...
Right? You came to me because I'm the best person in Starfleet, so why don't you treat me like I'm at least a human being?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Also, that line was dumb.
Yeah. Yeah,
we sat you out because you were the best of us.
I don't understand what that means, but...
Because if humanity was to go on, they wanted the best part of humanity to go on. The part of humanity that recklessly endangers itself to prove a point.
Yep.
And has to apologize to Klingons.
Yeah.
In a human suit.
Yep. That's Starfleet for you.
Mm-hmm. Why is Section 31 run by a logic extremist?
Oh my God. That part I did laugh out loud. As soon as they said that. Who else? It just goes back to what we were talking about. So Space Hitler, a terrorist Klingon in a human suit. And now a logic extremist at the tippy top of this thing. Like, God, Starfleet, like, I mean, it's out of control. Like, it's just irrational.
It's really just too bad that Al Qaeda's going to get destroyed before, because otherwise it'd be like.
That's what we're gonna find. I'm sure we'll find out that like Al Qaeda is where Section 31 came from, and
they've just renamed themselves Control.
Yep. It's so it's so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm sure like Khan Noonien Singh is a fucking lieutenant in Section 31 probably.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way in a prime continuity where this makes any sense that they don't immediately snatch him up and are like, yeah, no.
This guy.
He has the will to power.
All the qualifications.
So, there we go.
God, it's so ridiculous. It's so fucking ridiculous, man.
Is it the most... There's so many ridiculous things that happen in this particular episode.
Yeah.
Because they lay in a course for the forward base for Section 31. And they get there. And it's like, oh, there's a minefield.
That seems normal.
The only way to get through the minefield is to turn your shields off.
Yeah, of course.
Because the mines are attracted to the shields. And then Pike looks at Cornwell like, seriously? And she's just like, I don't know. That's what's in the script.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So they start forward into the minefield.
Yep.
And so, like, at what point did they decide that explosives should be replaced by spinning blade buzzsaw mines and oh no, I drank too much mines? Well, at what point did Section 31 abandon sensible weapons? Do they have Baul working?
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, you saw the Baul drone guard buzzsaw your face execution robot. Like this is the kind of
lasers.
This is the kind of outside the box thinking we need here in Section 31.
Oh, no. Why do you want a quantum warhead on that? What you really need is this diamond-tipped saw. Spins really fast.
Look how cool it looks. Come on.
And of course it cuts through the hull and you're just like, can it just cut the ship in half?
It's so stupid.
God. So then they get hit by the blackout mine or the oh no, I drank too much mine.
Yeah.
And I do not understand this line. This may be an overreaction, but Detmer, who's cyborg redhead lady, better known as cyborg redhead lady who drives the ship, says the sensors are saying that the ship is upside down.
Yeah.
And I am like, who designed the ship that flies in outer space to register what upside down even is?
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? Are the people who are standing right now in, like, Australia, are they upside down?
They are.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why they say things like downside up. The ship is downside up.
They are very difficult to understand sometimes.
They are.
And of course, the toilet goes the other way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just wrong. I don't know why they decided that would happen.
I know. Stupid Australians.
So,
they don't know how to flush toilets.
How in the world can a starship be upside down?
Yeah, it's dumb.
So
it's dumb.
Anyway, so they fly through the minefield and things happen, and then they start saying, well, we need to be random and unpredictable.
Yeah.
So explain to me how randomly calling out people's names to randomly call out a random evasive maneuver is
Right, that was weird.
How is that more random than you
I
yourself
thought that was weird too.
calling them out unless your entire brain is in the computer?
Yeah.
Or even better, saying to Detmer, just do weird things. Just drive like an idiot.
See, I thought Pike said something to that. If, like, at the beginning, he's like, "Bitch, take the control and,
believe in yourself.
Yeah,
you can do it."
Crap. And like, okay. And then Saru's like, "Hey, man, evasive pattern Delta 2. I don't know." You're like, well, wait, I thought you don't want to do any, like, programmed maneuvers or anything like that, but I don't know, who cares?
Because, like, as soon as you start a maneuver, right, it's like, it would be like watching a football play develop.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You see, two running back and a fullback in the backfield. There's 3 guys out to the right. There's only so many plays that can be run in this thing.
Yeah. And you have the playbook.
And like 2 seconds later, after they start running, you have a much better idea of where everybody's going.
Yeah.
And this is supposedly like some super intelligent.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I don't get it.
That didn't make any sense to me.
No.
There are a lot of for a show that talks about logic, they spend a lot of time just. There are just so many questions.
I mean, I'm halfway surprised that when Burnham, of course, it's Burnham, comes up with that plan. Like, I'm halfway surprised that she didn't quote Alice, that we didn't get another fucking quote from Alice in Wonderland.
Well, it didn't have anything to do with Spock, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We're saving those for later.
God.
Burnham does come up with that plan. Then for some reason, the Control stops trying to kill.
Yeah, I guess they got through the minefield.
No, I think the idea that we're supposed to get is they stop trying to kill the Discovery because whatever the download was that was trying to like go into Arium. And Arium, we've already established, has a very limited memory.
Yeah.
But somehow has managed to store 10,000 years worth of artificial intelligence software
apparently
in her head instead of any memories.
Yeah.
So either
she's got to clear that shit out every week. I mean, like they said that. She said, right? She's got to do it like every week. She's got to do some kind of purge. It's like, okay, so you got about barely a week's worth of memory. Okay.
Well, I mean, maybe the resolution that she's shooting at is like super high.
Maybe. Yeah,
but then you think, why wouldn't you be smart and be like, you know what, 720p is fine most of the time.
Right, it's fine. I can see it's clear enough.
You know, if I need to like really read the fine print on this mortgage, I'll bump it up to a full 4K. Easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just save yourself the memory.
Yeah.
So she manages to download 10,000 years worth of artificial intelligence software into herself, and then goes over to the thing, the prison, to give it to Control. And I don't know. I don't understand that either.
Yeah. Well, neither do I. Neither do I.
I'm not sure why video cameras record heat signatures. But if they do, I don't know why they didn't look into that already when they were like thinking Spock definitely didn't do this. Let's make sure this is real. And they're like, this is 100% real, except that we didn't investigate all of the possibilities.
Oops, we forgot about that.
But if it was a possibility that they were going to investigate, I don't understand why Section 31 wouldn't spoof that too.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's also horrendously convenient.
I expect, even though that wasn't a question, for you to have answers to these things.
I got nothing. I have fucking nothing.
Maybe it's just the Keystone Cops moment all over again.
It is pretty much like, yeah, maybe. I don't. That's kind of how they seem to operate.
Well, we're preposterously evil.
Yeah.
But we're also incompetent.
Well, now it's a robot, right?
Sure.
Control is just a robot.
Maybe, probably.
It's Skynet, pretty much.
It's probably Burnham.
And it probably is. And we're going to find out that literally everything, everywhere, everyone in the universe is just a hologram. Stupid God. They don't even have holodecks yet, man. Jesus. They are right on the verge, though, clearly.
They have hollow everything else.
God, do you think we're gonna find out like, oh, this is where the holodeck came from?
See, I have a feeling that they're setting this up to be like some sort of explanation why they don't allow holograms all over the place.
God, maybe.
And then I feel
That's
like
so stupid though.
and then it's gonna end up like, well, how did they get back to the holodeck? Why?
Yeah.
Do you remember the time that
Yeah.
the Federation was almost destroyed by a rogue intelligence that used holograms to do all sorts of
Yeah.
things to make people do their bidding?
Yeah.
Well, it'll be fine. There's no way that Data will go in and try to do some Sherlock Holmes shit and almost
Nope.
blow up the ship.
Yeah. Be fine. That'd be such a stupid reason to not have fucking holograms too.
Eh,
Like saying, like, I mean, it's a step up from video, right? Like,
is it?
at one time, a rogue intelligence fooled us all with this video camera technology.
I guess.
It's so stupid. Everything is dumb in this show.
Okay. There was maybe the worst thing about this.
Okay.
Ariam is in the airlock.
Yeah.
She's like, you have to space me or I will murder you and everyone on the Discovery.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I don't want to. And Pike is like, you gotta do it. And she's like, shut up, Captain, I don't listen to you ever. Do you remember at the beginning of the episode when you said, don't fuck around with this Ash Tyler stuff? And you're just like, I'll do whatever you say, Captain, and I'll also do that thing that you told me not to.
Yeah.
And then she's like, Burnham, you have to kill me. And Burnham's like, no, you're my friend.
Yeah.
You have to look up Project Daedalus. What?
What? Wait, I didn't quite catch that. No, fuck, bye.
Burnham, you are the key to everything. Or I'm not sure if that's the exact quote, but basically she said, Burnham, you are the most important person.
Yeah, she did say something like that.
It's all about you, Burnham.
You're the key or whatever. It always is. Yeah.
I thought that would have gotten you super triggered because.
Well, it's the show, man. Like it's not surprising at all. Like she's the perfect narcissist because her narcissism is constantly validated by everyone around her.
Well, she does have to fight every moment for the respect of people.
Every moment, and everyone seems to recognize that about it.
Only those who know her.
Yeah.
To know her is to love her. And
God damn.
to love her is to know her. Those who knew her loved her. Those who did not know her loved her from afar. Also a better episode.
Yeah.
How much more blood do you think this dead horse has?
I'm kind of out.
Okay.
This show is yeah. I'm really running at like maybe 60% when I'm watching this crap anymore.
I got a perverse enjoyment out of the ending of it, mostly because I was laughing so hard I felt like a bad person. And I didn't care.
Yeah.
It was just, they spaced this lady. She gets to watch her happiest day one more time as she slowly freezes to death in the cold vacuum of space.
I mean, it's so over the top. Like,
To sad cello.
yeah.
Oh my god, I care.
Yeah.
Nope. Not even a little bit.
I mean, yeah, it's ridiculously over the top. I don't know how you can care about this crap. It's just so telegraphed. Like, I don't know how you don't see it coming, essentially, and just feel like, wow, all the writers are interested in doing is manipulating the audience into feeling, and they have no real skill with it. Like, it's just so fucking obvious. Like,
so there's part of me that thinks there are two possibilities for the end of this season.
okay.
The first is that Michael Burnham is the Red Angel, and that's
Yeah.
so painfully obvious that you're almost like, well, they're trying to make it seem like they're bad at this, which is intentional and unintentional probably at the same time. They're telegraphing the whole thing, so it's definitely not going to be Burnham. And you're like, well, who else is it going to be? And you're like, well, the answer is probably Giorgio.
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
Giorgio came back through time to make sure that Burnham survived, because eventually in the future she learns to be a good person, and that's the reason why you have to watch Section 31, the new thing coming from CBS No Access Television. Please give us $10 a month so that you can watch bullshit.
Yeah. No, it may be Giorgio. I don't know. It's stupid. Everything is dumb. So, yeah. It's not going to be a good ending. They're not going to do something interesting. The Red Angel is not going to turn out to be something really fascinating.
It's going to be Jonathan Archer. He's in a thing.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine Scott Bakula shows up and you're like, he's suddenly the most likable character on the show?
Not a high bar. And he easily would be.
Well, I mean, Pike, if he would man up a little bit.
I know. Well, yeah, if he was allowed to like be Pike, that would be something.
Yeah.
But he's not. It's not okay for him to.
He had a few moments, though. Like, nobody on the bridge of the Discovery was like, just beam the bitch back over here and shoot her a bunch of times with phasers.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Like,
I don't understand that either.
What was stopping them?
I don't know.
Or beam our people back and photon torpedo the thing into non-existence.
Well, it's probably because the transporters were holograms and the photon torpedoes were holograms. And
okay.
Colonel whatever Admiral was a hologram.
Colonel Sanders?
Yeah.
It's hologram. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we're
control of Skynet. Now we're moving forward with that.
Well, since there's going to be a Terminator paradox,
yep,
might as well.
Is control the thing that wants to end all sentient life in the galaxy or whatever?
Probably. It's probably.
Oh, maybe the keyword is life, right? Maybe. Because it's like, if you were ending like sentient, like, you know, then, right? Because it's AI. And I assume it became self-aware at 12:04 a.m. or whatever.
Maybe it's trying to do that, but then at the same time, it's whatever.
I don't know.
I mean, in that case, it's Ultron, right? It's literally Ultron.
Yeah.
It woke up, it read the Wikipedia, it was like, humans are not worth saving.
Yeah, fuck it.
And it turns out nobody else is either.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, why does an AI that's already self-aware need information?
Yeah.
Okay, no. So, like, that would mean that Ultron from the future sent back a virus to infect Irium so that she would feed the information to itself to make it so that it was self-aware enough to send the information back in the first place.
Yeah.
That is the term.
Exactly.
That is the Terminator paradox.
Exactly, yeah. Kyle Reese is John Connor's dad. What are you going to do?
Makes sense to me. So Star Trek Discovery got one more season of this shit and a couple episodes.
God. Who the fuck is watching this show?
People who hate it.
Yeah, that must be it.
Though
That's all there is.
There's a couple of identitarians that are into this shit too.
Well, where are they? Why don't they argue with us? Everybody listens to this show. We don't have any comments debating our points of view. I don't understand.
Maybe they're dumb. They're just not that dumb. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Or CBS is paying them to write their reviews, but not paying them to argue with us. Maybe that's all it is.
Maybe, yeah. Dear CBS, please start paying your fans to argue with people who don't like the crap that you create.
We should reach out to CBS and be like, hey, we review your show.
Give us some special access.
Yeah.
Give us all the access.
See what kind of freebies we can get.
All right. We're way off.
Yeah, we are.
Here we go. We're going to end the podcast. Here we go. Well, that has been the Wednesday Night Gentleman on the latest Star Trek Discovery episode. Thank you for joining us on this brief trek. Think about hitting that like or subscribe button and join us for more treks in the future. For now, it is time for us to boldly go. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.